2. And Shalom, Israel, Shalom. How about Shimi, how Shabaraka? Good to see y'all again. Another Thursday night thunder.
Come.
See, we got some fresh faces on the scene today. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got a little tired of seeing some of them old brothers, so we brought some new brothers in. Not just playing though. These brothers wanted to come in. They brother wanted to come in and put they bricks in, so you know we're gonna put them to the test tonight. We're gonna see what they got. As y'all can see, the title of the video today, of the lesson today, is Preach and Prepare. All right. Now let's just be honest with you. Let's just be honest about some things. We ain't prepared. As a unit, as a whole, as a group, we are not prepared. We ain't prepared for Jacob's trouble. We ain't prepared to survive on regular terms right now. I'm gonna just be honest. If it wasn't for us having certain systems, a lot of y'all would be up. Best word, up shit's creek without a paddle, I guess. Y'all wouldn't be able to do nothing right now. So we're gonna dive into a few things, especially some of the things that could be coming up on the horizon in the future. But before we get into any of that, first and foremost, let me just say, the Hebrew Summit is coming. You see it on the screen? The Hebrew Summit is coming, man. Make sure you do your best to be in attendance. Before I break down where we're going to be at, man, I just give this warning. If you have any sick, any flu-like, any COVID-like symptoms, please do not come to the summit. Do not put your family in danger. We're your family. Don't put your family in danger, okay? If you have any symptoms, any type of sickness, please stay home. Do yourself a favor and do us a favor and stay home and quarantine yourself. We do not believe in we're just gonna get over it and the Most High got us. If you're not feeling good, stay home.
That's right.
Stay home. Be smart. The Most High gave you common sense. Use it. Okay? Stay home. All right. But the Hebrew Summit will be on August the 6th through August the 7th. August the 6th, we will be having camp at our normal spot at Woodruff Park. August the 7th will be our actual summit. That will be in Smyrna. Okay. On August the 8th, we will have a cookout, a family cookout. That's going to be in Ben Hill Park. All right. At noon. Make sure that you plan to be there. It's going to be a great time. I can't stress that enough. That's going to be a great time, man. All 3 events are going to be extraordinary. And we have worked our butts off the plan, so I'm grateful, y'all. So we hope y'all enjoy it. All right. With that, I'm going to let the brother y'all explain to y'all some of the other things we got going on. Take it over, King.
Count the auto one. Yeah, for sure, Israel. Try to tune into every class and lesson we got. Of course, Monday, we all know we got Milk Mondays, and I'm telling you, if you want to get all your breakdowns, a lot of us be getting confounded, like these Muslims, these Christians become with these doctrines. Right there's where you're gonna find out how to cut all that. But you gotta watch Milk Monday. And of course, Truth Tuesday. Every Tuesday we got Truth Tuesday with Adwan Micaiah. And Salakia, Milk Monday with Adwan Eliel, Adwan Judah, and Adwan Araya. And they'll start with the precepts. And Truth Tuesday we got, of course, Adwan Micaiah and other captains like Adwan Yakumya and also Yardan. And I'm telling you, they bring out the law, how to understand the law and what the law is really doing for us and how it benefits us,
That's right.
So we gotta tune in to Truth Tuesday to try to get the information. All this is milk, and a lot of people want those deep breakdowns, but the milk is what you really need, because the milk is what has a lot of people tripped up on, So tune into that Milk Monday, Truth Tuesday, and of course, now we got TNT, Thursday Night Thunder, where you get all the latest events. You want to find out what's going on. Why is these heathens keep on doing this to us? This is where you can learn why this is happening to us. You gotta tune in to get the understanding of all of this. And of course, for especially people that are in the comment section, love to be comment section Israelites, come and join us on Friday night lesson. That's a Shabbat lesson. Come join us and come learn. First, of course, we got a lesson. Listen to the lesson from the brothers that are bringing it out. And then once that's over, then we'll go over the questions. Any question you got regarding to your doctrines, to your questions about anything, ask them. That's what the class is for. So you could save your questions on the chat. Of course, if you got a few of them, we could answer them. But if you want to answer those deep ones, as we call the captains, all the elders on there, and they're sharp with the sword. So, Friday night lesson is where you want to get all your questions answered. You.
Kind. Go out for that. Now, all right, you see the mighty brother Hoptamad is on here. It is his time to show y'all a few things. Before I do that, I also want to introduce the brother All. Shalom King.
Khan, Shalom, Yahbashim, Yahshua Brakatham.
Another mighty soldier for us in SOT. I'll get ready to see some things coming from him as well. All right, so Hoptamad, take it away, man.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, Shalom Israel, Shalom. Like the other one said, I'm Brother Hoptamad. The title of this lesson is going to be Preach and Prepare, man, because what we lack in Israel today, we have a lot of preachers, but who is really preparing for the upcoming famine and the destruction of this place, man? Right, so we got a quick video for y'all. It's about 1 minute, 30 seconds. Let's bring that out of one.
All right, pulling it up right now.
Come.
Sure I got the right one. Yep. There we go. Mm-hmm. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Think of shrinkflation as inflation's sneaky cousin, the sticker price of an...
Can y'all hear that?
Call out of one.
Of shrinkflation as inflation's sneaky cousin. The sticker price of an item may stay the same, but you're paying more because you're getting less of it.
Everything that's packaged is likely to have been affected by shrinkflation. Pasta, sauces, jams, pates. You can think of also cookies, crackers.
According to food experts, the price of raw goods is up. Wheat, corn, barley, canola, and manufacturers manage that by either increasing prices or downsizing what shoppers get. It's happened with all kinds of items, from bacon to Cadbury cream eggs, and economists say it's coming to a plethora of goods this year.
It's not illegal. It could be seen as sneaky. It's not food fraud either, because all the information is disclosed.
But consumer advocates argue it's become very difficult for shoppers to compare proverbial apples to apples, with items coming from all over the world, in store and online, from toilet paper to jewelry. It's not a simple calculation.
A notable example would be toilet paper. In fact, you won't find the weight of the paper on the package. So it's very hard to know with that product how to comparison shop it.
The Consumers Council of Canada issued a report calling for a national standardized approach to displaying per unit pricing. Only Quebec has a provincial standard. The rest of the country is like the Wild West when it comes to comparative pricing.
If you can't do the most basic thing, which is figure out what you're paying per unit, or it's long and complicated, or the information you need to do it make it impossible in a typical shopping situation, well, you just really don't have a very good solution to the consumer's problem.
Anne Gaviola, Global News, Toronto.
Con. So basically, you heard it out of the devil's mouth himself, man. It's a thing called shrinkflation, man. Where you type the price of a good, either downsize on it and up the price, or they just jack the price up just immediately, man. That's the times that we entering into where you get less for your buck. You know what I'm saying? That's what we getting. And this is how you know this society is so wicked, because they're willing to do that to their own people. But we know as Israelites, that's all prophecy. Let me get 2 Esdras 6:22. Let's go there first.
Come on, 2 Esdras 6, chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Right. And the shrink means just to, once you shrink everything down to the bottom, you're not going to have anything. So that's what the scriptures is saying, man. The storehouses, which is these stores, these Walmarts, these Krogers, these Wegmans, they're going to appear empty, man. They're going to keep shrinking everything so much they're not going to have nothing, man. So what do we got to do now that we know this truth? Now that we know that's there, how do we prepare for the times that's coming, right? Bring that out. What I got you holding? Give me Isaiah 65:13. All right.
Count out of one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
his servants shall eat, man. Only the Most High's servants are going to eat, the ones that's keeping his commandments. We're going to have access to food supply. Right now, are we in the times of when the Most High is raining down, mammon down again? No, we're not in that time right now. So therefore, we know that's not going to happen. So it's on us to take initiative into our own hands, man. Whether that be farming in your backyard or buying land. It's time for us to prepare for the times that's coming, right? Right. Anybody watch Game of Thrones? Let me throw that out there real quick. Who watched Game of Thrones?
I don't want.
So y'all don't watch Game of Thrones? So basically, let me break this down real quick. So on Game of Thrones, right? I've been watching the series all week. They got something that's called Winter is Coming. Well, basically the White Walkers, they try to take over the wall and kill all the other people. It's the same thing now. Winter is coming, right? Winter is coming. The dark winter is coming, right? And we have to prepare for the winter that's coming. You heard the lady what she said. You got food shrinkage. You got toilet paper. You know, Black and Latinos can't survive without toilet paper, man. We seen that earlier last year.
Yeah.
So we gotta prepare for those things, man. Read that one more time, Mark.
Call that one. I'm gonna go from the top on 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
And they're gonna be hungry, man. They're gonna be hungry because they're not the servants of the Most High. We are. So it's on us to go out there and serve the people. Read on.
Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Right. They're going to be ashamed because their kingdom is coming to an end, man. All the water supply, all the food supply that they got, it's all going to be crashing down. All of that's going to be crashing down, man. It's going to be no more for Esau and his kingdom. Right? Give me that real quick. Lamentations 4:22.
So I can, hey, the water, brother Rodney, the water for your donation. We really appreciate that, King.
Lamentations 4:22, real quick, just to prove that his kingdom is coming to an end, right?
That's Lamentations 4:22. Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Right.
He will discover.
So stop right there. So our iniquity is accomplished. And what's iniquity? Iniquity is sin. So now, since our iniquity is accomplished, now it's time to get into some blessings, man. It's time for us to receive the blessings of the Most High. As we start to prepare for the things that's coming, we have to expect a blessing from the Father. Why? Because our iniquity is coming to an end.
That's right.
We're coming into a time where we're done sinning. We know who we are. We're keeping commandments. Now it's time for the blessings and not the curses anymore. Finish that out. And brother, give me Deuteronomy 28:5. Finish that out, brother.
O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins.
Right. So the Most High is going to discover the sins of Edom. And what we're finding out is that Edom kingdom is falling. It's falling to pieces, man. No toilet supply, no corn, no wheat, no oil, no toilet paper, no gas prices are shooting up. Their kingdom is falling, man. But our kingdom is coming up next, according to Daniel 7:18. Right? Bring that out real quick, and then we're gonna dive into this thing.
Call that a one. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right. So we know the opposite of that when you go to Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. Our basket and our storehouses were cursed. Right. But since we keep the commandments, you shouldn't be going through that curse anymore. Not as an individual, maybe as a nation you can, but as an individual, if you're truly blessed in the Most High, your basket in your storehouse is finna go up, man. It's time for us to get into husbandry. Start getting out there in that field, man. Get you some cattle and watch it multiply. Because we're blessed. We're going to be blessed for those things. Read it one more time.
Call that a one. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket in thy store.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see. Salakia. Start at 4. Read 4 real quick.
Call that a one. Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
There you go. That's the multiplying of your sheep and your cattle and the fruit that grows up out of the ground, man. But in order to reap those fruits or get those cattle to multiply, first you have to go out here and purchase them. You gotta get the seed, you gotta put it in the ground, you gotta watch it grow up, man. And watch how the Most High just multiplies it. But you gotta prepare for those things. You gotta sow the seed. The same way we preach about famine, we preach about the destruction and the downfall of this kingdom. We have to prepare for that as a people. We just can't go on lollygagging while the white man's kingdom crumbles and we kind of crumble with it. We can't do that. While we see it's crumbling, we got to start saying, okay, how can we still feed our family in a time of this drought, in a time of this pandemic? How can we still feed our family? Because once the stores is empty, how we gonna eat? Because let's be real, brothers ain't fasting every week. I damn sure ain't. I'm be honest with you. I work outdoors. I don't fast like that, man. Not a dry fast. Let's be real. Every brother and sister, they live on food. But it's coming to a time, them storehouses gonna be empty. So how are you gonna survive? The only way you gonna survive is if you start planting your own food, growing your own food, buying your own cattle, and watching it multiply. All right. Let's go to Proverbs 31:16. Let's get something for the sisters real quick. The sisters can't never get away. Never. Sisters can't never get away. Y'all in this thing, just we struggling. The sisters struggling too, man.
That's right.
Y'all coming with us.
That's right.
Proverbs 31:16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 16. She considered a field and buyeth it.
Start right there. So our women, they consider the field and buyeth it. What do you buy a field for? To plant things in it, to sow the seed in the ground. So the women, they had the mindset, the mindset of our women now is just twerk a later. I mean, damn. You know, body yaddy. That's all we focused on. Nobody is considering the field and buying it. But that's the mindset that we have to get back into as daughters of Sarah, man, daughters of Zion. We have to get back into that mindset of let me buy a field with the little money that I may earn from fringing clothes or making head wraps, and then so my husband can go out there and sow the seed. Right? Finish that all out.
With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard.
Right. So she planted a vineyard with her own hands. So not only were all women in the field, but our men were too. But while we was out there doing the work, going to war, our women just ain't sit at home idle. It's the same thing today. While we're at work, while we're out here doing the work of the Most High, working a 9 to 5, and our wives are stay-at-home women, go out there and plant something. Go till the ground. But our women say tilling the ground is for a man. You supposed to till the ground, brother. No, the Bible said right here, she planted for a vineyard. So while you sitting at home, listen, go till the ground, sow some seeds for the day so we can get an increase, so we can get a harvest. It's not all up to the man. We are one in this thing. We're nothing without. Go ahead, other one.
Okay, I was just gonna say, if you think about it, if you actually pay attention to, so I don't know how many people grow up with their grandparents and stuff. My grandfather had orange tree. He had a grape vineyard. He had, he had mango trees. He had a watermelon patch. And then on the other side of the yard, my grandmother had a whole section of tomatoes, peppers, okra, just things like that she could, at any point, she didn't have to go to the store to get no sides for dinner. She just walked outside, or send one of the kids out there. And that's just reiterating what he said. The woman is supposed to be able, you're supposed to be able to plan for that. You're supposed to look forward to being able to do that. Grow your own food and take care of your family in that way. And if the man got to go out there and till the ground, he should be willing to do that. But if he can't, that don't mean it ain't getting tilled. You got to take yourself out there and till that ground. Go ahead,
Hey, that's exactly what I'm saying, other one. Because whether we like it or not, we still in captivity. So 9 to 5, unless you're an entrepreneur, has to be work. But as a sister, what are you doing? What are you doing for the work of the ministry? What are you doing for the body of Christ? What are you doing? So like the other one said, I remember going out there. I can go out to my granny house right now. My granddaddy got his side, and my grandma got her side. Apple trees, orange trees, all that.
Right.
You know, herbs this way, herbs that way. It's out there because they, in a way, have biblical principle. We in this generation have lost biblical principle and picked up westernized principles, right? Meanwhile, while the so-called white man, they out there tilling the ground, they working together. You know what I'm saying? They gathering up ammo. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we not doing that, but they have a plan. What do we have as blacks and Latinos to survive the coming storm that's approaching America, man? No man knows the hour, right? No man knows the hour. So we still have to prepare. You got something up?
Yeah, Con, you know, and the Edomites, what do they call? They call it doomsday preppers because they know it's gonna come. They know their downfall is coming. So they're preparing. They're the ones that started. You go on Amazon and buy those buckets full of whatever kind of dry food you want to buy. They're buying all that stuff. We ain't buying none of that.
Right.
The cans we got, we give them away instead of making like a storage somewhere. You know, we might need this in the future. Jake and Eve is so comfortable in this kingdom that they feel like it's never gonna end. But Esau knows it's gonna end because, like we read earlier in the scriptures, they know their time is coming. Their sins are being seen by everybody. Are you?
Con. Sins are being seen by everybody, and our sins is being seen by everybody too. They looking at us like we lazy. You know what I'm saying? They're satisfied with a 9 to 5. They're satisfied with being oppressed. They're satisfied with staying in the ghettos and the slums. No, we're not satisfied with those things, man. Our people are waking up to the fact that this society is BS. What they're giving us is the bare minimum. Believe it or not, a lot of people are getting into planting gardens, growing their own food, eating from the land. A lot of people are getting that mindset. It's just not televised. You know what I'm saying? We're not showing the enemy that we're doing these things. All right. Read that one more time, Mark, and then another brother get me Proverbs 8 and 4.
Proverbs 30, chapter 31, verse 16. Mm-hmm. She considered the field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard.
Right. So our woman, again, was out there in the vineyard, man. That was part of her duty of being a Proverbs 31. The other one brought out a series, man. I'm going to plug that real quick about the women's classes. If you are a sister and you look at SOT, man, go and check those classes out. The other one did a whole women's series, like 3 or 4 videos, man, a couple months back. Go and check those out. This is how you become a Proverbs 31 woman. One of those things is buying a field and planting your seed out there, man. All right. Go ahead, Adawan.
And even with that, with the women, tending to the field, that actually teaches them more of a femininity in a way, because it's more than just putting a seed in the ground. You got to nurture that, make sure the water's getting to it, make sure the pH is right. So it actually teaches our women to be better women for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Right. Okay. Hey, I was watching this podcast today, man, and it was talking about how our women have been coddled, since 2-3 years old. And they made a very good point of how when a boy falls, they tell him, hey, get back up, man. Can't be crying. Get back up. You all right. But when a girl falls, everybody flock to the girl. Is she okay? Is she get okay? So like the Ak was saying, man, when a woman get out there into that field, it kind of humble her. It humbles her. Like, damn, this is what men used to doing. Damn, this is what my foremothers used to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is what they used to do. They used to sow these fringes by their hand, go out there and plant the vineyard. Wasn't no damn, what is it? Wegmans, Walmart. Wasn't none of those stores. You had to literally get it out the mud. So like the Ox said, this humbles women. This brings a sense of feminine back to our culture, back to our household. All right. We're going to bring some masculinity too. Give me that in Proverbs 8 and 4. Watch this.
Con out of one. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men.
Right. So the Most High calls the men to go out here and labor. Labor out here in the streets doing that type of work, but also when you come home to do the work as well.
Right.
If any man is not for his own, he's worse than an infidel. That comes with providing for food too. That comes with providing for food too, man. It doesn't stop. Even though these stores is about to shut down, they losing food. You still have to provide for your household. Brothers with multiple wives, you still got to provide for that second wife, her food, her shelter, her clothing, and her raiment. Else she can go free. So just because the storehouses is being empty, don't mean that you can't provide for your family, man. Right? Read that one more time.
Salakia, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men.
That's accountability. Now it's time to take action, take charge. The Most High has called the men to step up and do the work. His voice is to us, not the woman. Not the woman. That's why, not the sidebar. That's why when Eve went off in the garden, who the Most High go to first? Adam. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Adam. Went to him, and he kind of, blamed it on the woman. But no, it's like, man, you have to take accountability because that's your woman. So it's the same thing right here. That woman may, sow the seed, plant a vineyard, but you got to be out there too because you the head of that woman.
So like
your household. Go ahead, Doc.
I'm bringing out a quick precept about that too, about the brothers actually getting out and doing their bit too. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of sleep? Brothers want to sit at home and play 2K all day. Let the sister go out, let her work, eat the kids' food up, do whatever they want to do at the house, come home like they running something. Brothers need to gird up their loins and get to work.
There you go. Brothers sitting at home eating damn fruit snacks with gelatin in it. Pork eating fruit snack brothers. Just going off, man. Sitting back there just popping fruit snacks, man. Brother, get a job. You know what I'm saying? Get a job, man. So like the brother said, man, stop being a sluggard. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a man, honestly, it takes more than a 9 to 5. You got to go out there and teach the word. Come home and teach your family. Go out here and pick up husbandry, which we finna get into a little bit more now. Give me on Sirach, the book of Sirach 7 and 15. Right? Because we can preach all day. Preaching is fine. It's nothing. We're going to be saved by preaching. Right? That's how we're going to be saved. But in the meantime, and in spare time, what else are we doing? What else are we doing, man? Can I hit up the Ottawa and say, Ottawa, let me, you got some fruit over there, man. We kind of lack. The same way back in the hood. What you do when you run out of sugar in the hood, man? Knock on Miss Shirley door. Boop, 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 boop.
Knock on them doors, I don't want to.
You got a cup of sugar? You got a cup of milk? It's going to come that time, man, when we not. Hey, I don't want. Hey, man, I need some tomatoes, man. We ran out of sauce. And I got you. You know what I'm saying? And we coming into that time, man, with a store, hey, it may be shut down. The brother across the street ain't got no tissue. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to lend them some tissue. The sister down here, they done ran out of, watermelons. You got a couple right here so they can, survive. That time is coming. We have to prepare for that. Right? You got that up?
Yeah, Khan. The book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 15. Hate not the laborer's work, neither husbandry.
Read it one more time.
Khan. Hate not the laborer's work, neither husbandry.
Hey, hold on. Read it one more time. I'm pretty sure it say hate not laborious work.
Yeah, laborious, Lakia, laborious. You're right.
Can I read it one more time?
Yeah, Khan. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High has ordained.
So the Most High has also ordained husbandry. The same way Jeremiah 1 and 5 say, hey, let's bring that out real quick. I don't even want to mess it up. Let's bring it out real quick. Jeremiah 1 and 5. We're going to go back to this.
Call that a one. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Lock it. And it reads, before I formed thee in thy belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of thy womb, I sanctified thee. Salakia, sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right. So both of these is ordained. Prophesying, preaching to the nation, their downfall, waking up Israel, that's ordained. Husbandry is ordained. That's why the lesson is called preach and prepare, because both of them are ordained by the Most High. You can't have one without the other. You just don't want to be that guy that preaches all the time but don't prepare for nothing. You don't want to prepare for nothing and don't warn nobody. That's a false balance. All right. Let's read that one more time in Sirach.
Yeah, Khan. It's Sirach chapter 7, verse 15.
Mhm.
Hate not laborious work,
Mhm.
neither husbandry, which the Most High has ordained.
Right. So the Most High has ordained husbandry. Let's get that definition real quick. The definition of husbandry. All right.
Salakia, throw out a Gayal Yasharala for the donation. We appreciate you. We really appreciate it.
The water to my
Feast
brother.
with us one of these days. Please come feast with us one of these days, so we can show you our gratitude for that donation. Go ahead, King.
Khan's definition of husbandry: the care, cultivation, and breeding of crops and animals.
Right. So that's husbandry, the breeding of crops and animals. So the Most High has ordained for us to go out here and labor in the field, go out here and raise up cattle. That's ordained, right? Now here's the fine part about doing that brothers really don't want to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I have to, right? Give me Sirach 31 and 19.
Sirach, coming out of one. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 31 and verse 19. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured.
Say that one more time.
A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured.
All right, there. Very little. Because if you know anything about growing crops, it takes a while, man. It may not blossom. You know what I'm saying? It may not bloom. You may not have to reap. Right? So little has to be efficient, man. Little is sufficient for a man well nurtured. Right? That means when you get up there, you at the buffet, man, you scooping. I remember growing up, my granddaddy, man, used to go up to the buffet line 2 times. One plate with just meat on it, and then the next plate, rice, beans, vegetables.
That's right.
Damn, you gonna eat all that? And he'd sit there and he'd eat all that, and he'd make that trip out 3 times. I used to look at my granddaddy like, I want to be like you. But really, in the scriptures, it say little is sufficient for a man well nurtured. That means a man that's eating his food in portions, spacing it out. You know, when I used to be in bodybuilding, man, I used to eat like 7 to 8 meals a day. All types of just messed up in the body. But now since I kind of cut back from that, I'm working on my diet. I eat little portions a day. I may have some fruit here, you know, some berries and nuts over here. And then I may eat watermelon for dinner. I've been doing that like all week because that's little is sufficient for a man well nurtured. It's the same thing when you going out there tilling the ground. You may have to, you know, buy your food or whatever is left at Walmart. You may have to eat that for a little while. But once your crops start harvesting and you start reaping the benefits of that, man, you keep planting and replanting and replanting. But you have to be satisfied for the little portions that you're taking in. You have to be nurtured by those little portions that you're taking in. That's really how you break the system. Once you go out there and you plant this vineyard, you get these crops, man, you don't have to rely on Esau anymore to support their local grocery store. If you've been fasting, you know what I'm saying, you're satisfied with eating 2 meals a day. Honestly, you're satisfied with eating 2 meals a day. You don't have to go over there and support their KFC, they McDonald's, they Bojangles. And I love Bojangles, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Bojangles, bro. But I understand that I remember about 2 months ago, Bojangles ran out of 4-piece Supreme dinners. I was hot. I said, y'all ain't got no 4-piece Supreme dinners? Are you kidding me? I'm finna turn the Bojangles down. Yeah, sir, we only got white meat. You only got white meat? Man, listen, I'm finna go crazy. I'm like, yo, I need my 4 Supreme with a biscuit and a large sweet tea right now. They was out, bro. But when like we saying, man, when you go out there and you start picking up husbandry and you sowing your field with watermelon, strawberries, mangoes, man, that's when you think about it, that's way better. When Jacob's trouble pop off, World War III, you're gonna be out there just Debo, man, because you've been feasting on alkaline fruit. You ain't been eating that greasy ass chicken, man.
Right.
You know, and I'm cutting myself because I might have some tomorrow. But It's between me, man. But I'm just letting brothers know, man, we coming into that time. Let's pick up that trait, man. Finish that off.
Call that a one.
Uh-huh.
And he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Right, so that's talking about gas. You fetching your wind on your bed, man. You know, you up in the middle of the night, man. I gotta go, bro. I can't hold this one. Been there, done that, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hurting feeling. But when you eating things that's grown from the earth, that stuff just come natural. You know what I'm saying? Right? Give me let's stay in Sirach. Let's go to 37 and 30. We're gonna get on that little Bojangles for a little while. We'll get on that real quick. Bojangles.
Come on, this is a book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 30.
Uh-huh.
For excess of meats bringeth sickness.
Say that one more time.
For excess of meats bringeth sickness.
Excess of meats bringeth sickness. That's talking about the chicken, the turkey, the beef, all that. Because what they do to those things, man, is even though it's clean, the way that they kind of, break down that stuff, man, Esau be in there just cutting, just slicing and doing all types of manner to that food, man. Cutting off things that we don't even know about because we're not in that type of field. Not yet. After this lesson, brothers may, go and get them a cow or something. And then they the man over their flock, man. But what the scripture is saying, excess of meat brings us forth sickness, right? So all the Bojangles, the fast foods, man, even though that stuff is clean according to the dietary law, it's not good for you like that, right? And as these markets is running out of that, when you go into a market and there's no chicken, just only one pack of chicken, and that thing is $20, 4 pieces, what you gonna do? You better have a garden back home, man. Because I'd be damned if I paid $20 for 4 pieces of chicken. But you're gonna have people that's doing that. You're gonna have people in the world that's fighting you for that last piece of chicken breast. But if you stand back, you watching them, you laughing, man. You got a whole garden in your back. You got a couple cows. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple lambs. You ain't stressing about nothing. Now, I'm not expecting this to be overnight. I'm not saying brothers got to do this overnight. Just prepare. Prepare for these things, man. You can't say Sons of Thunder ain't won by the times that's coming, man. Right. All right. Read that one more time, Mark. We'll keep rolling.
Sirach, so the 37, verse 30. For excess of meats bringeth sicknesses. Sickness. And surfeiting will turn into choler.
Right, and surfeiting will turn into choler, man. A man will be angry for the excess of meats, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 4 and 1. Ecclesiastes in the Bible, not the Apocrypha. Ecclesiastes 4 and 1.
Call that a one. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, starting at verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comfort.
Stop right there. So we have no comforter in the physical realm. We know the Most High and Yahweh in the spiritual realm guard all of us. But in the physical realm, we have no comforter. Who is any NBA or NFL player opening up they farm to any of us?
Wow.
Y'all black and Hispanic just like me. Come on in. They ain't doing that, man. They say, hey, look, you got to fend for yourself. They done signed that little contract. Don't put none of your niggas on. Don't put on for your family. Don't donate nothing to your homeboys. None of that. They millionaires. Millionaires. But are they going to ever open up their farms, their acres, their big house on the land to us? No. There's no comforter at this time, man. Keep reading.
Call that a one. And they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors, there was power, but they had no comforter.
Right. So on the side of our oppressors is power. Like the other one brought out earlier, these white folks is preparing underground bunkers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Doomsday. Because they know the next thing that's coming. It's us that's, oblivious to what the hell is going on out here, man. But them, they preparing. They watching the news. They preparing for a doomsday. On their side is power. Why? Because they have control of the gas, the meat. the television. They have control of those things, so they have power on their side to prepare for things that haven't even been broadcasted yet.
Mm-hmm.
But when are we going to start being each other's power? When are we going to start saying, hey, man, we're going to rely on the God-given ability to us to do these things here on this earth, man?
It's like it.
Go ahead, Art.
Kind of like right now, what's the big old fad, big trend going on right now? It's Kanye West, right? He's making his album right there in the ATL and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. All right, cool. Everybody's joking how he's bringing his album out, his new shoes, his new clothing brand, but nobody's ever looked into why did he buy a ranch? He bought a big old ranch in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why isn't nobody jockeying that? Why is nobody trying to copy that fad, that style? You know, he knows he's around the elite all the time. He knows what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't buying no 2-story house with a big old pool. No, he bought a big old ranch with animals and all that because he knows what's coming.
When and when you think about it, like Kanye West does those type of things, but we do them type of things every day. You see, them Jordans is $300.
Hey, I feel you on that one.
A pack of seeds is, if you go organic, they're $3.
Mm-hmm.
You go and get you some 2x4 to make you a little bed for some gardens, man. Those things come up $130 easily.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. But what choices do we make in our minds? We go get them Jordans. We go get that iPhone. You know what I'm saying? We go get anything, man. We go and make bad choices each and every day because it's just in us to just naturally do that. So we have to convert our mind back to what the Most High has ordained from the beginning, preaching and husbandry. We have to get back to those things. We got the preaching pack. We got that down to a T, man. All these camps out here, man, everywhere on each corner, we got that down to a pack. Now, what about husbandry, man? How many camps gonna say, yeah, I bought some land, man. Y'all brothers come over here. Let's till the ground together. Let's be merry out here. Right? Let's keep going on this though. Keep reading. Go ahead.
I was just going to add to that too, how both y'all was bringing out. You know, Jake be simple. You know, Jake don't want to, prepare for end times. You remember on I Am Legend when Will Smith went out to the Bay and he go out like every day, like at 5, whatever the time was, like if you need food or you need shelter, come here and I can give it to you. Mm-hmm. There will still be that Jake. Missiles coming down. There'll be a Jake trying to find an AM, FM radio station. He finds one like, okay, bet. If anybody out there is looking to sell digital real estate, please get in contact. Like Jake's gonna wait to do the dumbest stuff because he don't want to prepare. And that's just crazy because Jake's letting Esau do all the work and then get mad when we don't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, like the brothers and sisters in the chat saying Waka Flocka just open up his own farm. You know what I'm saying? He just opened up his own farm, man. That's that Gadite coming out of him. That's all that is, though. But yeah, he just opened up his own farm. But it's the same thing. He's still in the industry, so the chances of him opening up his farm to blacks and Latinos and American Indians is slim to none, man. Because he basically signed his life over to never help his people. Never. Right? Let's keep going on that, though.
Called out of 1 verse 2. Wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive.
So we praise the ones that's dead, man, because they're not gonna go through these things that's coming up here, man. The Most High took them away before the terrible times that's coming, man. Right? We praise them for being dead, knowing that they don't have to go through this. Right? But the ones that still living, they finna go through this famine. If they still on this earth, we still on this earth, we finna go through the famine. But like we read earlier, his servants shall still eat. Why? Because we're going to take initiative and have those storehouses ready. We're going to have those things prepared as a nation, as individuals. We're going to look out for one another. Why? Because we've been keeping commandments. We're going to let brotherly love continue, man. We're not going to see a brother or sister out there starving, man. We shouldn't. Some of us might. You ain't in my camp. They might let you starve. But we going to, as a nation, man, we're going to help our people, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Verse 3.
Come, yea, better is he than both they, which have not yet been who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun.
And these Edomites, man, these other nations is doing evil work to the children of Israel, starving the children of Israel, starving their own people. Because the system, they just don't care. They don't care about their own people. And they damn sure don't care about us, man. Right? So we have to come together, man, under the Most High and His Son, and be that comforter to our people. We always like to say, yeah, man, we gods, we gods, we guys, man, we saviors, we all this. We got to start acting like it, right? Let's bring that out real quick. Let's go to Obadiah 1:21 real quick. Let's get into that a little bit.
Found the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, well, only one chapter 1, verse 21. And the saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau.
Right. So that word we're going to focus on is saviors. Being a savior means you're saving your people. We're not the ultimate savior. We're not the Most High Yahweh, but we are savior amongst each other, man. We go out there and we save our people every day that we teach on this platform. We're saving people from crack, prostitution. We're waking them up. We're healing them. We're saving them out of that, man. But on the flip side, on the physical side, you got to save the people. You got to be able to put clothes on their back, put food in their stomach, still give them their daily bread, and still give ourselves our daily bread as well. But that takes laborious work, right? So we have to be saviors, right? Let's get the classic, Psalms 82:6. Let's get that real quick.
John, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom, oh, my bad, sorry, wrong one. 82, verse 6.
I'm already.
We're gonna get it too, man.
Them demons, that's right.
God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of your children of the Most High.
So we are gods, man. We are gods in the eyes of the Most High, because we are His children. We are made in His image. But a God does what? A God comes and saves. A God is a comforter. Right? The Most High has put it on His sons, on the men of Israel, to come out here and save, to come out here and to deliver. We still can deliver ourselves and save ourselves while we waiting on the ultimate Messiah that's going to destroy all our enemies, man. Right? But we can't sit back and just be nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit back and just watch all this madness go around and not have that love in our hearts to provide for our people, to provide for one another. We got to, man. One thing about being in the hood, before it got like how it is now, the hood had a lot of charity, man. You know what I'm saying? You had the candy lady.
God, I don't want.
She hooked you up after school, even though all that's poisonous, but she cared. She took you a little 25 cents. We had that in the hood. We had the next door neighbor. If your mama won't home, she'll watch you until your mama get home. We had that in the hood. Well, the stories that my dad told me, man, his neighbors was like his second parents. They used to whoop my daddy. That's how close they was.
That's right.
That's how I grew up.
You see that? You see?
Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's a lot of things missing in our neighborhood. Like you said, we had the candy lady, but you also had that big mama in the neighborhood. If your mama was at work and you didn't eat, and she found out you didn't eat, she was mad at you for not coming to get something to eat.
There you go.
Know what I'm saying? It took a village to raise your kids. There was always that one elder man that used to sit on the porch and watch the kids play in the street all day. And he'll be the first one to come out there and whoop a kid, or he'll be the first one to come out there and defend the kid if somebody from another nation came around and tried to mess with them kids. See, we used to raise our kids together. All our kids used to grow up together, and they used to be watched by the elders in our community. Now we so stuck on, oh, nobody can't say nothing to my kid. You can't touch my kid. Can't whoop my kid. Don't even look at my kid if he do something wrong. Just come tell me, and I might discipline him when he get home, but I'll probably be mad at you for studying what my kid was doing anyway. So I'll forget to discipline my kid regardless of how it goes. Right? We got to get out of that spirit. We got to get out of that and start raising our kids as a community so they have some responsibility toward their community. Another part of this lesson that I want to talk about too is we got to teach, when you learning how to do husbandry, take your children outside with you.
There you go, Adawan.
You teach your kids how to feed themselves in case you die early. You know what I'm saying? They can still go out there in the wilderness and survive. Don't leave your kids in the house talking about, yeah, I'm about to go outside and get my hands dirty. My son 10. If I go out there and till the ground, he right there. You tilling it. Matter of fact, you're going to start it off. I'm going to watch you do it, and then I'm going to correct you on how to do it, and I'm going to let you finish after that. Because I need you to be able to take care of my girls when I'm gone. I need you to be able to stand up on your own 2 feet as a man and say, you know what? I need to go out here and do something about these sheep or this cattle that we about to have. And you know what I'm saying? And I need to be able to take care of all that. If you're not teaching your children how to do that, you're failing your kids. I yield the floor, King.
Salaki, Adawan. If I can add too, I know coming up, that's how our parents used to do too. If dad was sick or whoever raised you was sick, he'd be like, okay, call your uncle, see what he got going on. So just because your parent was sick, he can be like, okay, your uncle putting shingles on in the heat of the day. You out there putting shingles on in the heat of the day. So that's just to teach our kids. And even with our siblings, with my siblings, we do the same thing with people marrying into the family. We say, hey, if I can't discipline your kids, don't bring them around me. Because I can allow my kids to be disciplined by you if they're out of line to show respect and favor. Because they got all these heathens out here, Adawan. They got all these kids sagging to their knees. You understand? Shirt all tee down to the ankle, not reverencing their elders, and it's disrespectful.
That's true. That's what I'm saying, man. You don't even hear that expression no more. It take a village to raise a child. You don't even hear that no more. You don't even see the candy lady no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the elderly man sitting on the porch watching the kids play basketball. Cause like I don't want to say the kids are in the house. They're not doing anything. like the brother ball out. Instead of shooting real basketball, they playing 2K.
That's true.
They making another dude shoot basketball. You know? It's just crazy out here. But I remember even being in like the projects of the hood, you still had ladies or older women out there that used to have a little pot with the tomatoes. The tomatoes wouldn't be hitting on nothing, but they'd still be trying to grow some. Because in our mind, we still had that spirit within us. But now we at a time where, man, you can't correct your child because now you stand in a neighborhood that's gentrified. You're on the side with the white folks. So now you can't even let them discipline your kids because they're not your people. Right? So that's the time that we're living in, man. All right?
Well, Tay say, yo, when the street lights come on, you better get in that house.
I know that's right.
Yo, I remember being that kid. The street lights would be on, man. My mom ain't get off till 9 o'clock. I run from the neighbor yard. I mean, one time, coming from the neighbor yard, my mom was turning in, and I just jumped on the porch, scraped all my arm up, jumped on top of the porch, and slid into the house. Like, where was you at? I'm just sitting right here, sweating, sitting on the couch.
All leaking and stuff.
Yeah, leaking. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, I'm chilling. You just chilling? I ain't even had no phone. So you just chilling? You just sit around? Yeah. Like she went up, she came up to me and wiped my head. Like, why you sweating? I'm like, man, oh no. Wow, man, it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, guilty face, man. Oh, guilty face.
My brother come in the back, like he did it. He was over there at the neighbor house. I'm like, damn, we supposed to be brothers, but that's how I used to go. But believe it or not, man, them times was exciting, man.
Right.
You know, but hey, mama ain't play, man. Daddy was at the house. Mama ain't play. When that street light come on, you better be there. You better be right there. Right?
That's right.
1 Corinthians 3:9. I'm hard.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 9. For we are laborers together with God.
Right. So we are laborers together with God. Right. Think about it. We plant the seed. The Most High caused the sun to shine on it and raise it up, man. We are laborers with the Most High. Right. The Most High do his job out here in the wilderness, just growing trees and all that. But when we plant that seed, man, the Most High helps us or helps that plant grow. All you got to do is water it. We don't control the sun. That's the Most High. So we laborers together. We build up the camp, but we also go out here and we plant the seed. We build the farm. We build the garden. Right? Keep reading.
Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building.
Right. So we are God's building. We are the temple of the Most High. That's what it's talking about right there. All right. Just one more. Let me get Romans 12:1. Romans 12.
Comes the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
That's our reasonable service, man. Not only do we go out here week in and week out and present our bodies a living sacrifice to teach our people, risking bullet holes, knives, all types of things. But when it's time for you to get out there in that field, that sun beating on you, think about your ancestors, man. Them slaves in the field. Them slaves picking cotton. Them Spanish picking sugar cane. Think about those things, man. When you get out there and you grab that shovel, man, you are presenting your body a living sacrifice against these elements. You putting your life on the line, saying, hey, I'm now going to live off the land. I'm going to cultivate the land. I'm going to dedicate my time and energy after camp. I'm going to come home and, get in that garden for an hour or two. So I can bring food into my house, man. So you presenting your body a living sacrifice, right? Let's get into Genesis chapter 6 real quick. Genesis 6. And then we're going to wrap it up, man.
Right.
Genesis 6. Let's get into that flood real quick. Because we coming into a spiritual flood, man. Right? And start at verse 5.
Okay. What was that last precept that you just did before this one? Was
Romans 12:1 out of 1.
Romans 12:1. Somebody was asking for it in the chat. Go ahead, King.
Read that Genesis 6 and start at 5.
Con out of 1. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 5. And God saw that wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Right. So we back in that time again. We're in that time where evil is back in the earth. It's multiplying rapidly. Keep going.
And it repented the Lord, Salakia, verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him as his heart.
Right. So the man is so wicked today, man, that we got the Most High in his mind, like, damn, I would have never made these people, man. Evil. Can you believe that? The Most High just like, damn, why did I make these people, man? This wicked. Right? This wicked for all get out, man. Keep reading. Verse 7.
Verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowl of the air. For it repented me that I have made them.
Keep going.
Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
So now we have to be like Noah, man. We have to be like Noah. We have to find grace, right? Grace, mercy in the eyes of the Most High. So give me Luke 16 and 13. Go ahead.
Let me pull in there real quick. And this is for a lot of Christians that think that grace is something new. No, Noah had grace right here. There's been some beginning of time. And
like the brother said, man, grace, mercy, it's nothing new. We're gonna need grace and mercy in these last days that's coming, man. Like the other one brought out the video early, shrinkflation. That's a real concept where you're gonna be paying more for nothing. You know what I'm saying? A bag of fruit that used to have 10 apples on it for $4 is now gonna have 3 apples for $6. What are you gonna do with that? What are you really gonna do with that? It's only by the will of the Most High, by the grace of the Most High, that you come up out of that thing, right? That you don't die of famine. Think about it. It's only by the Most High's grace. Let me get that Luke 16 and 13 real quick.
On the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men.
Is that Luke 16 and 13?
That was 15, Salakia. Luke 16 and 13. No servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon.
Right, so we can't hold on to this society and serve the Most High fully, man. You can't bend to this society and serve the Most High. It's because the coming evil that's gonna come into this world, man, is nothing compared to what it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be no shrinkflation. It ain't gonna be nothing on the shelves. Nothing on the shelves. They're gonna start going door to door. Are you gonna serve the Most High? Are you gonna find grace in the Most High's eyes? You gonna find mercy in the Most High's eyes? You know what I'm saying? When there's nothing on the shelves and they got you locked down and you got a can of beans and it's 6 of y'all in the house, you're gonna have to be out there like Yahushua dividing the bread and the fish, man.
Yeah, that's fact.
It's a lot, yeah.
That's mercy. Go ahead, Op.
And just to add to that too, when there ain't no food on the shelves, like Isaiah 13 tells us, houses are going to be full, wives are going to be ravished, kids are going to be killed. So, Akim ain't worried about trying to do that. They're trying to get the latest J's and Air Force One.
There you go. And see, that's the point that we making. This right here, you going out there and doing husbandry is just preparing you to have a little something when the whole world ain't gonna have nothing. You rather be with the world and not have nothing, or start gardening now, farming now to have a little something. A little something. When that time comes where, like the brother said, wives is ravished, houses is spoiled. You know what I'm saying? When you eating off this same, kale and tomato salad for the whole week, could have stored and ran out. They're gonna come looking for you.
That's right.
We heard you, the man with the salad. What up? Come up off that. It's gonna be like that, man. You don't want to be that brother that's going to that house. Hey, yo, come up off that. No, you don't want to be that brother. You want to have mercy. You want to be in the graces of the Most High, right? Let's keep going. Spend too much time on it. Let's keep going.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
These are the generations of Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations.
So it's okay. You can accomplish being perfect in your generation, right? Keep going.
And Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Right. So Noah walked with the Most High. That's a level of perfection and mercy that you got to be that person to walk with the Most High. That's your comforter now. Like we read when we didn't have a comforter. When you trust in the Most High and he done gave you that grace or that mercy, now you walking with the comforter. Now you walking with the Most High in these horrible times. And so now he blessing your hands, putting your hands to work. Now everything they got a saying in the world, call it, what is it? A green thumb. Where you good with plants and it just grow. The Most High may give us a green thumb where we just touch it, plant it, and it just sprout up, man. And we make it through the famine for a week or a month or a year. We don't know. We just know that, hey, we done trusted in the Most High. We walking with him. Now our fridge is full, man. The whole world's starving, but we taken care of. We fed, right? Because like we said earlier, we're not in that time where the Most High is going to rain mammon from the sky, man. We're not in that time. We're not going to receive any miracles. We got to go out here. We got to get to laborious work. All right? Let's keep reading on that.
Verse 11. The earth also was corrupted before God, and the earth was filled with violence.
It's going to be violence out here, man. You don't think shrinkflation is going to cause violence, uproars in the grocery store? I mean, damn, you get uproars on Black Friday. Somebody get knocked out for a flat screen. Somebody just come with a mean right one just for a flat screen. Imagine somebody come out for a loaf of bread. They see you with that last loaf of bread, and now that Deuteronomy 28 and 54 come out.
You see what they did for that Popeye's chicken sandwich?
I ain't gonna hold you. After the hype went down, I went and got me one.
It's a lucky Adam. My cousin seen it in the Walmart Black Friday. He seen a dude catch a body in the clothing aisle. Just knocked him clean out for some shorts. I'm like, man, Jacob's wicked.
them Russell shorts, them and one shorts on sale, $2. You get knocked down.
You
getting knocked down. Hey, Jake's was bugging out for some toilet tissue, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they want the shorts out of one.
Man, shorts, tissue. Brother. Man, it's gonna get wild out here, man. I'm telling. I used to work in Walmart. I know how that Black Friday roll.
Mm-hmm.
Them brothers get wicked. Let you try to hop in that line for that little TV that's $100. They gonna see you in the parking lot. Imagine with food, bro. Niggas can live without a TV, but people ain't fasting in the world. They not fasting. They not eating 1 to 2 meals a day. They not doing that. They will lay you down for a carton of juice. You know what I'm saying? For a carton of Minute Maid. You can dealt with. We're coming into that time, man. It's gonna be violence out here, and Yahushua said it. Let me get Matthew 24 and 37.
On the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So that's how the coming of the Son of Man is going to be, just like the days of Noah. So at this time, when this famine break out, brothers and sisters in starving, man, expect Yahushua. We don't know when the time is, but it said it's going to be like that. When the Son of Man comes, it's going to be like the days of Noah, man. It's going to be just like that on the earth, full of violence, full of pestilence, famine. It's going to be like that. The question is, are you prepared? Are you going to be walking with the grace of the Most High? All right? We got to ask ourselves that, Israel. We have to ask ourselves that, right? Let's go back to Genesis and read
Where verse 12 at on?
Khan. Yeah, let's read verse 12.
Khan, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 12. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Jump to 17. Don't take too much time. Jump to 17.
Verse 17. And behold, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. From under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
Right. So the same way the Most High did that with water, who's to say the Most High can't do that with a famine in the land? Who's to say it can't be a famine of food where multiple Israelites or multiple people that don't know they Israel just die of famine? Because whether or not we like it or not, the enemy is in control of what we put in our mouth, what we drink, everything. Who's to say the Most High don't put the spirit in them to just cut out all farming on their end? And we all just, brothers and sisters, just die of famine, man. Are we prepared for the times that's coming? You know what I'm saying? That's heavy, man. That's what's coming to America, man. That's what's coming to the ones that just don't want to get right, or the ones that just not prepared, talking about it but not being about it. Right? Read verse 18.
Call that a one. But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee.
Right. So come into the protection, man. Go into the storehouse in this day. Come into the storehouse, man. Go ahead and eat from what you done labored in the field for. Right? In a sense. You know, they were saved, they went into the ark. We gonna have a storehouse, man. We're gonna have a field prepared, a garden prepared. We're not gonna, die by the famine that's coming or by what they're trying to promote, man. We're not gonna go for the gimmicks that they plan. But the only way we can survive that is, number one, trusting the Most High, and also going out there and doing the work. Stop relying on the system so much. I struggle from that. I lack from that, man. I lack from just thinking a Walmart is always going to be there. I love Walmart. Asking it, I would stay in Walmart 3-4 hours, dog. Hands down, bro. I love Walmart. But I got to get out of that spirit and say, hey, man, get into that garden. Get your own food. Labor with your own hands. And most of us ain't have daddies that show us that type of stuff. Yeah, we know that. We know that. But now it's upon you to make sure your son don't go through that. Like the other one was saying, you got you a son, you come out here with me and get into it, man. Right? Read verse 19 and then I'm done.
Caught out of 1 verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female.
Right, so that's what happened, man. Right, so I'm gonna focus on 13. So they went into not 13, but 18. They went into the ark, man, and they was delivered from that flood, man. So we're gonna be delivered if we prepare for the times that's coming. No matter how long it lasts, or how long it's gonna be, even if it's for a short time. Don't get caught lacking, Israel. You got 2 hands, man. You got 2 feet. Get out there in that dirt, man. Okay? Get out there in that dirt. That the same way the brothers out there 10 toes down on that pavement preaching the word. We got to be 10 toes down, 10 hands down out there in the field, in the garden, preparing ourselves, man. Because we can't rely on this system anymore, man. With that, hey, I yield. That's my class, man. The water to the Ottawa for letting me come up here and present the class.
Hey, man, look, another hey, great lesson. Good job, King. Good job. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are sitting back thinking to yourselves, well, I'll get started. I'll get started on my planting and everything. A little bit later. I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. You ain't got no time. You out of time. You a day late already. You a day late. You behind already. It's time to get to it. Get you some pots. It's not that hard, Israel. Get you a couple little single cup pots, man, and plant you something small right now, so that by this time next year, you be ready to go out there. You know what I'm saying? You should have your about good 6 or 7 plants ready to be put in the ground, and and they should already be starting to yield fruit for you. But you got to start now, man. Start looking up these videos to figure out how to aerate the ground, how to till the ground, how to get the ground to yield the fruit that you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Start looking at composting, not meat, but plants. Not don't compost your meat, just your plants. Some of y'all put the meat in there, you know what I'm saying, the old bones and stuff, and wonder why it's all rotted with flies and everything coming up out of it, and you can't keep animals away from it. It's because you put dead flesh in there.
There you go.
Plants. It's just plants. You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that. Also, another part of this is preparing I talked about the kids earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Prepare your kids to be able to defend themselves. Prepare your kids to be able to defend the home. You got to get ready for that, man. To be able to defend the home. I got a daughter and a son. My son is younger than my daughter, but I guarantee you, if you try to come in our house while we ain't here, my son going to be the one to get in your way quickly. He got a baseball bat. He likes taking out kneecaps. I can attest to that.
That's right.
He likes swinging at them knees, but he has learned to protect his family. He's already on that. That's big for him. He don't like nobody messing with the women in our family. He will tell you what immediately. So get on that, man. Y'all got to get proactive with changing things. A lot of the stuff that we say we want to change, it's a generational change that you have to start teaching these kids now to do it. I say this almost every week. If you don't start teaching your kids today, by tomorrow, when it's their turn, their kids are going to be twice as bad as what you have right now, because you didn't take the time to edify your kid. And I'll tell you right now, I talked about my grandfather and his husbandry. He taught me how to deal with certain things. Not my father. My grandfather taught me how to deal with certain things. As a man, my grandfather taught me how to gird up my loins and stand up and be a man at a very young age. And then when I got to be a teenager, my father is the one that reinforced it for me. So I had 2 generations of men that told me, yo, you gotta do certain things, you gotta be a certain way. And even to this day, it still get hard with trying to teach my son and teach my kids. The way the world's set up now, you tell your son, look, man, being gay is just not cool, man. He go to school and tell that to the teacher, you and your son gonna be in the principal office tomorrow. Immediately. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the things that Israel got to learn how to deal with. That's what we got to learn how to get through. And when Jacob's trouble hit, ain't none of that going to matter, because you're going to be in the house anyway. It's going to be whatever you teach your kids, and that's it. If you don't teach your kid 1 + 1 = 2, he ain't going to know.
Hey, Salaki, Adawan. And that's the point, man. Whatever you teach your children now, they gonna retain that, right? They're going to retain that. Teach them the Bible, teach them the commandments, but also teach them how to work with their hands. That's why I don't want to get Kevin Samuels, but
man,
the value of men are going down because we're not built like our grandfathers no more. Right. We're not built like that. All brothers know how to do is shoot guns and aim wrong and play video games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers don't know how to work with their hands no more. I can attest. I got to start getting into it, man. My hands clean as all get out, man. But I got to get out there and I got to get dirty. Like the other one said, I've been procrastinating all the week. I'm gonna plant these tomatoes. I'm gonna plant them in the buckets. I'm gonna do it. I get home from work, be tired, straight to bed. You know what I'm saying? Watch the class, and I'm in the bed. I got to get out of that mindset. This just wasn't a lesson for Israel. This for me too.
Wow.
I got to get into husbandry more, man. We got to do this as a family. The men got to be men. The women got to be women, man. Are you?
Salakia, boy. And then even with that, like how I was talking about train up the kids, how it says in Proverbs 22:6, you know, we got to train up a child the way he should go. So even with that, the most deadliest thing that Esau don't want to see is family. And that is the black family, the Hispanic family, and the Native American family. When they start seeing all of us act together as a family, the fathers are actually in, because today it's like it's so glorified to see fatherless homes. That's nothing to brag about.
There you go.
We see so many women now that are like, I'm a woman, this is feminist, I can have the man out the house, and then son just sweet as hell, excuse my language, just sweet, because the man's not there to teach them how to be a man. We need to be there for our kids, train them up, let the women get out, till the field, so they can learn more femininity, because a good spirit will show through a crop. Because if you got a woman with a good spirit, whatever she's growing is going to show. That the blackberries or the strawberries, whatever she's growing, is going to fluster because her spirit is cool. Are you?
Hey, that's real spiritual. That's real spiritual. You putting love into the ground, it's going to give it back to you.
Call that one.
It's going to take care of you, you know? And we got to get back into that. I can't even stress that enough. I got to get into that, man. You know what I'm saying? But it takes the example, man. The other one, Icarab, videos on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He go into all that. I'll be watching all his videos. Him and his wife, beautiful garden, man. Beautiful garden. You know? And that's on the Patreon. For the people that ain't got the Patreon, get the SOT Patreon, man.
Oh, that's
get
right.
In with that.
Got to see. Now I got to say something to the soldiers in the chat. Nobody wanted to put the Patreon in the chat. Y'all slipping, man. Iron. We'll say your name personally. y'all slipping. But yeah, man. Hey, look. Again, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that first of all. Is there any questions pertaining to the lesson first and foremost? And while we wait for anybody in the chat to do that, I'm gonna say this again. Do not forget that we have Milk Mondays with Elder Eliel. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get your basic breakdowns of the scriptures. That's where you get it's called Milk Monday for a reason. It's easy to digest. If you have the time, go over there and get some edification so you can build on your learning. All right, you can get the small things out the way so you can start. Some of y'all want to go into in-depth teaching and you're not ready for that yet. You still a baby. So you know what I'm saying? Go get some of that milk so we can bring y'all some of that deeper thought that y'all want, that y'all think y'all ready for. You really ain't, but you think you're ready for it. Go to True Tuesdays where they're gonna break down the laws. They're gonna show you exactly what it is in the Bible, man. You need that on True Tuesdays. I'm telling y'all don't know how much y'all missing with True Tuesdays. And brothers go out their way to make it simple for you to understand the laws. All right. And then there's always days like today, you know, Thursday Night Thunder. We small time. We don't do much over here. You know, we don't do nothing at all. You know, we just talk, kind of keep y'all up to date with what's going on here. And you know what I'm saying? Add a little twist to it here and there. But the biggest class that we got is that Friday night class. Please, you don't be afraid to call in on that Friday night class. A lot of people don't want to call in because they feel like if they ask a question, they're going to get scorned. There's a lot of people on there. There's a lot of brothers that know more than they do. We all had to get on there and ask a question and look stupid at one point. Every brother on this screen had to go on there and ask a question and look stupid at one point. And we girded up our loins. We had to get thick skin. We might not have liked the response that we got, but we made it through it. We was able to get a clear and cut definitive answer, and it kind of guided us into how we was going to be into the teachers and the prophets that the teachers that we wanted to be. All right. You got to go into them classes, man. And don't forget, Saturdays we have the live stream for camp on Facebook. So don't forget that. Some of y'all been complaining, we ain't been putting out camp videos. Well, go on the live stream on Saturday and watch the live stream. And then you don't have to worry about waiting for a video to come out on YouTube because you watched it live. All right. With that being said, once again, hold on. I almost forgot. I'm getting in trouble. Well, I don't want jumping on me as soon as it's over with. Wait a minute.
Hey, Shalaki, other one.
Hey,
Mina Israel, Friday classes are sometimes on YouTube, but you can also call on the conference call as well. We have a conference call on Friday nights, 8:30.
Go out for that. Now, again, the Hebrew Summit, August the 6th through the 8th, okay? August the 6th, we will be at Woodruff Park at camp. You know what I'm saying? At SOT's camp spot. We will be there starting at 2 p.m. August the 7th is the actual summit starting at noon in Smyrna. August the 8th is the barbecue, the family cookout, you know what I'm saying, in Ben Hill Park, starting at noon. Again, I'm going to stress, if you feel any type of sickness, any type of symptoms, anything, flu-like symptoms or cold, I don't care if you woke up and you was 2 degrees higher, your temperature was 2 degrees higher than it was when you went to sleep. Stay your buddy home. Stay home. Don't endanger the rest of Israel because you wanna come out and party and socialize. Don't put us in danger too with you. You know what I'm saying? Stay home. Rest up. Get better. Watch all the lives that we're gonna put out during that time. Comment on the videos. You can still be active in it. You just don't have to be there. All right. There's a big difference between being smart and there's a big difference between socializing and then what I'm saying, just being out there to be out there. Some of y'all just want to come out there to be out there and be seen, and y'all gonna be the ones that mess up. Just chill. Just stay home. Just stay home, man. It's better for everybody that way if you do that. Now, I don't see too many questions in the chat. Oh, hold on one. What if you discipline your child without hitting them and they grow up well behaved? Is that still wrong? What kind of question is that? If you don't hit your kid and they still grow up good, then you had a good kid. There's nothing wrong with that. You had an excellent kid. I wish I had a kid I didn't have to pop. I could have saved myself a whole lot of swinging and swollen hands, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I wish my son had that. Like, yo, daddy, I don't never want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I have to constantly stay on him. So you got that question is kind of, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't see anything else though. So I'll say this again, man. That was a great lesson. It seems like the people were edified once again. All right.
Hey,
so,
to the Most High.
With that being said, I am Benaiah.
Hey, brother Hatamad.
Brother Yara'ah.
Brother Al Ra'ah.
We are the Sons of Thunder. It is our hopes, prayer, and desire that Israel might be saved. Khan. With that being said, it's been another Thursday night thunder.
Shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
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 Shalom.